Hey everybody, this is Drew Bell here. Welcome back to another episode. So, in last episode we were doing some stuff in here. I thought we were out of time, but actually we're good on time. So, when we printed out that evidence form, we didn't pick it up, so let's go ahead and get that.
Let's see what this gets me.
And that is the evidence form on the Sarah Goodman case. Before we do that, should probably talk to John a little bit. Oh, actually, well, so let's talk to Sully for a second.
I was a total ass to him earlier. I don't feel right about using him like this.
So, this is one of the things where, depending on what you did at the beginning, you know, when you first talked to Sully the first time, if you said no to his lunch deal, you can't talk to him about Robert, but you can still talk to John. So we can do this.
McCoy?
Red?
Something about not getting that.
I found something really interesting.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
Whoever did this left clues behind that are pointing to another old case.
Go on.
Well, here's the thing. This other case, it was a hanging too, but it was closed as a suicide. Apparently the husband insisted it was a murder.
What do you think?
I need a favor from you. I sort of screwed up with Sully this morning.
Again?
Don't patronize me, John. This was his case, and I need you to ask him about it. Please?
All right. Wait here. Okay, I talked to the kid. Here's the rundown. It was his first case. He took it with Davies.
So, we can talk to him about this. So, both Sully and Davies were on that case.
Did he
That's
say why the
interesting to know.
FBI took the case?
The detective in charge ruled it out as a suicide, but Goodman didn't believe that. The guy had friends in the right places, so it quickly got assigned to the FBI.
What was the outcome of that?
He said Davies concluded there wasn't much of a case. Victim was on antidepressants, didn't cope well with a recent move to the city from out of state. Everything pointed to suicide.
So, Sarah wasn't very happy, was on antidepressants.
Did they clear the husband?
Yeah, guy was abroad on a business trip. Sully was convinced it couldn't have been him. And here's the kick. The guy became fixated on this thing. He quit his job, spent whatever little fortune he had trying to prove his wife didn't commit suicide. Kept begging Sully to look into the case. I remember a bit of that.
Yeah, I remember that too. Did the guy find anything sustainable?
Old ramblings of a lost man. Nothing that Davies considered good enough to look into.
So, looks like the husband is very distraught about this.
Any ideas where I can find Robert Goodman?
Check with the cops. You'll find what you need.
The cops?
Trust me, kiddo.
This one confused the hell out of me
I'm
the
going
first
to go back to my work.
Go get him, Red.
Because it's like, call the cops? Okay. You know, I went calling my cell phone, trying to call 911 somehow. I went all the way back to Gallagher's desk, you know, in the morgue to try to call from that phone. I actually forgot that there's a phone on her desk, which is understandable because you don't use it otherwise. So, yeah, you want to call this phone. And this is only, you know, you only take this path if, you did piss off Sully. Otherwise, Sully knows the address.
All right. Let's call my buddy Miller at the police station and see what I can find on this Robert Goodman.
Boston Police Department, Officer Duffer speaking.
Duffer? Where's Miller? Officer Colin Miller?
Oh, he got transferred, ma'am.
Oh, I didn't know. You are the same Duffer I talked to last night. This is Special Agent Erica Reed.
Agent Reed, what a surprise. How can I help you?
I was hoping you could send me some information on a Goodman. Robert Goodman. He was tied to a suicide case a couple of years ago.
That made my search easy. We got a couple of arrests on him. Minor disturbances, drunk and disorderly mostly.
Do you have a current address? Can you forward that exact location to my cell phone? PIN number is 1129.
You got it.
Thank you very much. You've been very helpful. That was fast.
So we have the address to the place where Robert Goodman is. I need to check something. Do I have... Okay. Sorry, I did a playthrough last night, job-related, and not remembering what I did in this episode, or in the LP and what I did last night. So let's give that evidence form to Gwen.
I have a request for you.
Yeah?
I'm looking for some evidence on a case from a couple of years back.
Well, aren't you in luck? We just moved archives from the past 3 years back here. Anything further back, it'll be a nightmare.
Hopefully it'll be around.
Do you have your evidence form?
Here you go.
All right, just 1 minute. There are more tapes, but this was all I could find.
Okay, thank you.
Speaking of run-throughs, my fastest time is 93 minutes, an hour and 34 minutes. So if you can break that, well, I'll be very proud of you. Oh, because I had to do some speed throughs, but yeah. Yeah, may as well go to the post office first. Post office was unlocked when we did the whole thing with the shredder in Davy's office, of course. See anything worth looking at? This is a pretty interesting topic, actually.
People actually still use regular mail. In the latest statistics the department got, email usage outnumbered snail mail 80 to 1. But that was still 177 billion pieces of mail sent. What can I say? I'm a dork for statistics.
I mean, it's one of those things where I'm thinking, you know, who was the dev who had to research that? Because, yeah, between that and some of the stuff Gallagher says about, you know, bodies, I'm like, who's doing the research on that, actually? And I don't know, actually. Well, may as well pull this out. I'll need it soon. Oh, well, that's special.
Hello there. I'm here to retrieve a package.
Name, please.
Davies. Madison Davies.
1 second. Oh, do you have your ID with you?
Yep, have to flash our badge again.
I'm Special Agent Erica Reed, FBI. I need that package. It may provide clues to an ongoing investigation. It was sent to my boss, and I'm here to retrieve it for her.
Oh, sure.
Thank you. Do you know who sent the package?
The package?
Yes, this package.
No, there's no sender info.
Are you sure?
Well, just that it's postmarked from another Boston office. Sorry.
If you find out anything else about it, please call this number.
Will do. Sorry, Agent.
So, this guy doesn't seem very, he seems a little shook up that, FBI decided to walk up on his, door. That could be,
That wall's got all the post office boxes.
I don't know, maybe he's just, unresponsive to authority. Who knows? So... before I forget... Oh, I should look at that package. I'll do that in a minute. Well, actually, I want to go to the morgue. One of the things I'm trying not to forget is to go to the cemetery, because I often forget that part. But, I'll do this first. But before I do any of that, so we got a package. Let's look at that package.
Who could have left this for Davies?
So, this was a package for Davies. Let's open up other people's mail. A felony, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's a felony.
This must be important.
racking up those felonies. Well, okay. This is a key.
What does this open?
And you also have scraps of paper now.
These look like pieces of the same picture. Who is this person?
Let's take a look. So what we have here are 4 clips of paper, but you can turn them around and see this. For now, I mean, well, okay, when I first saw these, I thought it was like a word sequence, like it was my blank blank victim blank she's next, and then I had to fill in the blanks for some sort of message, but that's not what it is, and I'll show you what it is later. It's just not a word sequence. So, remember that we got from Davy's email that Terence had that antique piece. Let's talk to him about that.
Buddy?
Yo!
So this antique has apparently been broken into many different pieces. Didn't Davy send you something like this today?
Yeah, I haven't Oh, you mean the email she sent me this morning. Yeah, she mentioned something. Man, where's my head?
Can I see it?
I don't know. Davies will kill me.
Come on, Terence. This is important.
Tell you what, you scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours.
Oh, I've been agonizing over which decision I'll use for months now, because, see, the thing is, if you're nice, like, I wanted to do a not nice playthrough, but the thing is, if you're nice to him, you have to commit a felony. If you are not nice to him, you don't. So it's sort of a question between, am I going to commit a felony or am I going to be a jerk for this guy? Well, I'll do this.
I don't have time for this. You ratted me out to Davies last night. Do you want me to tell her you approved of me taking the antique? I'm sure you left that part out.
Hey, that ain't cool. Here, have your thing.
So, you just kind of take it.
See you later.
Alligator.
Whether or not Terence likes it. If you are nice to him, there's a more convoluted way that you have to do it, and I'll talk about it, I guess, while I do these combining.
I wonder how these go together. There we go. Now what?
So he'll ask you to move his stuff downstairs. Gallagher won't like it, and Gallagher said she will only take a direct order to do it, and so you have to go all the way to the Davies' office to make a forgery note from, quote, Davies, that Terence can do it. Then you have to come back here, and then he'll give you the antique piece. So it's kind of an adventure, and much less,
I wonder how these go together. There we go. Now what?
It takes a lot more steps than just saying, hey, give it to me or else. Unfortunately, that locks you out of an interesting little situation where you can listen to Gallagher and Terence talk, and during a distraction. And actually, one of those distractions has a bit of a quote from Gabriel Knight. It's actually kind of funny. Actually, now I kind of regret not doing that. But, so. See, the thing is, we want this... Now that we have that blank tape, we want this recorder so we can play it. I actually want to do this.
Agent Reed, what are you doing? Stop messing with my equipment.
I was wondering if I could borrow your tape recorder.
No, you can't.
It'll only be a minute.
I said no.
Now, if he were nice to Terence, he would come in and do a distraction. But since you don't, he's not going to be willing to help you now. We can do some prank calling instead. We want to use this one.
Well, now who's calling?
So,
Okay, now's my chance.
Hello? Hello?
it's kind of funny that you can just do that forever, so she'll never get tired of the prank call.
Oh, who was that?
Nobody.
Alright, since I'm not doing that distraction, I can actually play the tape. If you do play it the nice way, I wouldn't recommend doing the playing the tape during the Terence distraction, because then
All right, plugged in.
their lines scramble together. But you don't know what I'm talking about because you haven't done it, possibly. Let's play this cassette player.
October 12th, 2008, recordings of case 342980, Sarah Goodman's death. Mr. Goodman, can you recall the events of the last time you saw your wife?
It was last Wednesday. I had to leave again for a business trip.
What do you do, Mr. Goodman?
I'm the vice president of a goods export company. My job involves a lot of travel.
Did your wife approve of your lifestyle?
No, Sarah was never happy about it, especially after we moved to Boston. We lived in a small town in California, but with the promotion, I had to move to the headquarters.
Did your wife have any friends or acquaintances?
No, Sarah was very lonely.
Was she depressed?
Where are you going with this?
Please answer the question.
Yes, Sarah was on antidepressants, but she would have never done this to herself.
Mr. Goodman, let's go back to that last meeting with her. Was your wife upset that night?
Our anniversary was last Wednesday. She was sad I was going to spend another one away, so we had dinner at our favorite restaurant. I had to leave from there, so we walked to the closest train station. I looked at my cell phone when I was leaving, and I told her it was our time. Inside joke. I handed her a note. The note's,
Damn. What would I need to reenact that time?
So, Erica's looking for a way to complete that tape. So that's a lot of information on that tape. It's not going to be helpful for us right now, but soon it will. Let's see. I won't spoil who's actually voicing Robert there. You can't actually get a good read of that voice since, you know, it was sort of a garbled recording, but props if you already know who plays Robert Goodman. Okay, let's not forget to get the necklace. So, we want to go to the cemetery, because if you remember from the case database...
I wonder if I can find Sarah's grave here.
Yeah, Sarah Goodman was buried here. Thankfully, everyone who was important in this game seems to be buried in the right place.
Sarah, where are you?
Actually, it's this one. Whoops.
Sarah Goodman, here you are.
So, let's head over there.
I'm not too sure what I'm expecting to find here.
So she died the same year as Scott. That's interesting. Yep. Sarah Goodman, loving wife. A life gone too soon.
What is this?
Necklace.
Could this have belonged to Sarah? Oh, God. She was murdered. Poor woman.
So, clearly this was no suicide. Cordelia doesn't have anything to talk to us. So, here we go. Yeah, I think I have everything that I want, so let's go to the alleyway. To find this bum. Jeez, maybe that bum can tell us who Robert Goodman, where Robert is.
Hello. I'm looking for Robert Goodman. Do you know where I can find him?
Who's looking for him?
So, let us use our badge and tell him that.
I'm Special Agent Erica Reed, FBI. Can you point me to Robert Goodman?
That would be me, Agent. What do you want?
So does the voice remind you of someone you should know?
You were married to Sarah Goodman, is that correct?
What about Sarah?
I'm conducting an investigation on her death, and I'd like to ask you a few questions. I was wondering if you can come with me to the station.
I'm sorry, but that's a part of my past I'd rather not relive.
It's actually the voice of Graham from The Silver Lining. Wowzers.
It would really help if you came to the office with me.
No can do. I'm fine where I am right now.
So we're gonna force him, because we're jerks.
I'm going to have to ask you to come with me.
You're asking me, or you're ordering me?
That's not a choice, I'm afraid.
As you wish, Agent. Lead the way.
So, we have Robert. Because he could help in the whole identifying of the victim thing. Oops. Well, I accidentally clicked through it. What it was that, Erica says, alright, we've got Robert, and we should probably talk to John about it. So, let's go ahead and do that. Hey, John, let's talk.
McCoy?
Red?
I've brought Robert Goodman with me. He's the husband of that other victim I told you about.
Good. Do you want a good cop, bad cop him?
No, let me handle this one.
All right, let's go. I'll watch from outside.
I heard you have Robert Goodman here.
Yeah. You know, Erica, let the kid handle it with you. This was his case, after all. Plus, Sully can do some good grilling.
So you're determined to keep your lazy ass attached to your desk for the whole day?
Nah, I think you should go, McCoy. This is your case now.
So who do you want, Erica?
Alright, this is actually one of the more neutral decisions, because it's not really mean or nice to choose any of them. But I choose to bring John because I think it's kind of, quote, mean to... Following up on the whole meanness on Sully, you know, I've already told him I don't want to have lunch with him, and now I'm not even going to let him on his own case. So I'm going to take John.
Let's go, John.
So, yeah, you can pretty much write Sully out of this entire...
I want to do this on my own.
Go ahead, Red.
Entire game if you choose to. Yeah, we can do this. We can do part of this. This is actually the preliminary stage of what's probably, I really think, is the best adventure game puzzle I've ever seen. And I'm completely serious about that, but it takes a little bit of preparation to get that done.
All right, Mr. Goodman.
Listen, let's be clear. I'm trying to put the past behind me, and you're trying to shove it down my throat.
I know. And I wouldn't have brought you here if this wasn't important.
I don't care what you're looking for. What about me?
How can I make you feel better?
Figure it out.
He's actually...
Robert, please stay here. I have to get something done.
Don't take long.
He's gonna be uncooperative until you give him some food. So... We're gonna go get some. And actually, Robert's gonna be a hungry hippo, because we need to give him a lot of food.
John, I need to take care of something. Keep an eye on the guy.
He won't be going nowhere.
So, everything we need is on the second floor, so no worries on that. Shoot. was kind of hoping to get to a certain point before doing my next video. Well, okay, let's go ahead and do this.
Oh, great.
So, as always, the machine is acting up, so let's just Fonzie this up a little bit. Hey!
Works every time.
So, that's what the change is for. You always have to get the chips. If you were mean to Robert, you have to get that egg sandwich as well.
Well, maybe it'll help.
So yes, egg sandwiches are very important in this game, and man, she just stuffs so much food in her shirt. But you know, I've seen Graham hold some really huge wooden items in his pocket. Okay, well, since you brought John, you'll also need to get a donut. So, it's a lot of food, but it is necessary. So, yep, you're off the case, Sully. We'll need him later, so it's not like he's completely out of the game. Okay. So about this whole food thing, it was kind of painful sometimes, because sometimes I skipped lunch doing testing, which is not going to be fun, because some of this food looks really delicious and sounds really delicious when Robert eats it, so it's like, So, I always got hungry when, during this.
Yeah, good. But this will hardly do. A man needs more than chips.
So we'll give him an egg sandwich as well. And he only eats like one chip and one bite. I mean, if he...
This looks good.
He's just toying around. He's not really hungry. He just wants us to run around everywhere. Being a
How
butt.
about something sweet?
Just being a butt. Alright, so here's a donut.
Thank you.
So will you help me now, Mr. Goodman?
Call me Robert.
Thank you.
Okay. So we can show him the picture.
This is your wife, correct?
Sarah. I forget when we took this picture. She looks splendid. Would you mind if I...
You can have it. But please, I need your help.
Thank you, Erica. I may have judged you too fast. There's kindness in you.
So, let's talk
your
about
wife,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Beautiful woman. Very kind. She didn't deserve what happened to her.
You don't believe she committed suicide?
I didn't believe it was possible at the time.
There's new information, and...
I've spent a long time trying to convince you people she hadn't killed herself. But that was such a long time ago.
Sir, I'm a firm believer that it's never too late for justice. We may have made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, tell that to Agent Davies and Agent McAdams. Are they listening? Agent, those still are very painful memories to me. I'll help you. But I don't see the point in all of this anymore. Sarah is gone, and that's something that will never change.
Something I forgot to do was check his case file. He used to be a VP of a big company, so it's kind of sad to see him like this. The whole losing Sarah thing really got to him.
Did you or your wife have any enemies? Anyone who might have wanted to kill her?
You already have all that information in your case files. Do you have any new information or not?
So, don't remember why we're here, or don't forget why we're here. We're here because we want to identify whoever this is.
Do you know this man?
Oh, that's horrible. Why are you showing this to me?
Trust me, I wouldn't show you if I didn't need to. We found him dead last night.
Wait. I do know that man.
Do you know his name?
Yes, of course. I don't remember.
Anything that you can help with. Where do you know him from? Anything?
I'm sorry, Agent. I don't remember.
Yeah, you'll find that Robert is, less than... not very good at remembering things at all, but let's give him Sarah's locket, or necklace.
This necklace.
My lord. I haven't seen that thing in ages. It belonged to my wife. May I? It was an anniversary gift. Where did you find it?
I visited her grave.
I used to do that, religiously, day after day, until I just stopped. It's a thing of beauty. Just like she was.
Okay, this is where things are going to get interesting. I wish I'd remembered to do this earlier, because see, what Erica wants to do is to figure out the memories that he's missing, but he won't let her touch him. But with this necklace, maybe that will happen properly.
Robert, I need you to think back and look for the name of this man in the picture.
I'm trying. I'm remembering the last time I met with my wife. He came up in that conversation. I just can't remember well. The details are...
Robert, please try to think back to that moment.
Have you ever lost someone you love, Agent? You want to hold on to the memories for as long as you can, but they dissipate through the years. And then all you're left with are the fragments, small moments. I've tried for too long to hold on to a ghost, and it didn't get me anywhere. Now I don't want to remember.
Robert, I know exactly what it is to lose someone you love. I lost my brother to a murderer. And I know what it is to chase ghosts too. But there is a real chance here that if you're right, if your wife was indeed murdered, we may find this person. So please, help us.
It was the last time we met. We were at a train station. I was about to leave on a business trip. Again. Sarah was sad. She didn't want me to go. She hated this town.
Okay. So this begins the Robert regression puzzle. A very, very, very good puzzle. Unfortunately, if we click on one...
I can't make anything out of this. My visions are too confused. Maybe I should pay Rose a visit.
We don't have that power yet, so we have to take a pit stop at Rose's, but we will do that in the next episode, and the regression puzzle, so it's going to be a big episode next time. But this is the end of this one, so I hope you enjoyed it, and leave comments, and thumbs this up, and I will see you in the next episode. So thank you for watching. Later.